The Delaware Department of Transportation is planning a capital improvement project along Old Capitol Trail within the village of Marshallton in New Castle County, Delaware. The purpose of this presentation is to introduce the Old Capitol Trail project, obtain public input on the current design, and provide an update on the project schedule. Please review the slideshow presentation and submit your comments to the following email address: dotpublic@delaware.gov. Comments will be accepted until May 19th, 2022. This is the location map showing the Marshallton area. The Marshallton community is surrounded by 4 major corridors: Route 2, commonly known as Kirkwood Highway to the north, Route 7 to the west, Route 4 to the south, and 141 to the east. Old Capitol Trail is considered the main street of the Marshallton community. Old Capitol Trail is a major collector roadway with a general east to west orientation that cuts through these major corridors and carries approximately 10,000 vehicle trips per day. There are 2 main focus areas for this project: the Old Capitol Trail and Stanton Road intersection to the west, and the Old Capitol Trail and Newport Road intersection to the east. This project will also include the replacement or rehabilitation of 3 structures within the project limits. More information on the structure work is described later in this presentation. This project is a result of the Marshallton Circulation Planning Study that was completed by Will Mathco in 2014, and the project was recently nominated for capital improvement funding. The purpose and need is to provide intersection improvements at the Old Capitol Trail intersections with Newport Road and Stanton Road, address concerns with high volume cut-through traffic, restore a more walkable connected community, and rehabilitate and/or replace structures within close proximity to the project limits. This is an existing conditions map for the Old Capitol Trail and Stanton Road intersection. Old Capitol Trail has an east to west orientation shown from left to right on this map, and Stanton Road has a north to south orientation shown from bottom to top on this map. This is a 3-legged, unsignalized, stop-controlled intersection. Motorists traveling along Old Capitol Trail have a free-flowing condition, whereas motorists approaching the intersection from Stanton Road need to stop before proceeding through the intersection. There are no existing turn lanes for turning movements. Sidewalk is located along the south side of Old Capitol Trail and along portions of the east side of Stanton Road. However, there are no designated crosswalks located within the intersection. There were 4 reported crashes during the 5-year study period from 2014 to 2019. 100% of the crashes were angled collisions, with 50% of the crashes resulting in property damage and the other 50% of the crashes resulting in personal injury. 100% of the crashes occurred during daylight, clear weather, and dry road surface conditions. The charts in the bottom right-hand corner of this map show the existing level of service and the future level of service for this intersection. Level of service is a quality level to reflect the operations of an intersection, with A being the best grade and F being the worst. In the present-day condition, the overall intersection operates at a level of service A in the AM peak and a B in the PM peak. The worst movement for present-day conditions is the Stanton Road northbound movement, which operates at a level of service E in the PM peak. This is due to the high volumes along Old Capitol Trail in the PM peak and the stop-controlled condition along Stanton Road. For the 2050 future condition, if no improvements were made to the intersection would continue to operate at a level of service A in the AM peak, but the PM peak would decrease from B to E. This is due to higher volumes anticipated in the design year. The Stanton Road northbound movement in the PM peak would decrease from an E to an F with the PMQ doubling in length. The anticipated 2050 turning volumes shown in the chart in the upper right-hand corner of the map reinforce these projections. The proposed improvements converts the three-legged stop-controlled intersection into a three-legged roundabout. Sidewalk facilities and crosswalks are provided at each leg of the intersection. New signage, pavement markings, and lighting will be installed within the intersection to help guide motorists. Improvements are shown in this graphic by their respective colors found in the legend in the bottom right corner. The roundabout will operate at a level of service A in both the AM and PM peak in the 2050 design year, improving operations from an E in the PM peak if no improvements were implemented. This is an existing conditions map for the Old Capitol Trail and Newport Road intersection. Old Capitol Trail has an east to west orientation shown from left to right on this map, and Newport Road has a north to south orientation shown from bottom to top. This is a four-leg signalized intersection with no existing turn lanes. The entrance and exit to Washington Avenue is located within this intersection as well. There's a small stretch of sidewalk located along the south side of Old Capitol Trail, which is west of the intersection, and there are no designated crosswalks located within the intersection. There were 25 reported crashes during the 5-year study period from 2014 to 2019. 48% of the crashes were angle collisions, and 40% of the crashes were front-to-rear collisions. 68% of the crashes resulted in property damage, and 32% of the crashes resulted in personal injury. A majority of the crashes occurred during daylight and clear weather conditions. In the present-day condition, the overall intersection operates at a level of service D in the AM peak and E in the PM peak. The worst movement for present-day conditions is the Newport Road southbound movement, which operates at a level of service E in the AM and PM peak. The Old Capitol Trail movements in the PM peak operates at F in the eastbound direction and E in the westbound direction. For the 2050 future condition, if no improvements were made to this intersection, the intersection operations would decrease from a D to an E in the AM peak and from an E to an F in the PM peak. All of the intersection movements would deteriorate due to the higher volumes anticipated in the 2050 design year. The proposed improvements converts the four-legged signalized intersection into a four-legged roundabout. In addition, Washington Avenue will be relocated so that way the entrance and exit is located along Old Capitol Trail. Sidewalk facilities and crosswalks are provided at each leg of the intersection. New signage, pavement markings, and lighting will be installed within the intersection to help guide motorists. Improvements are shown in this graphic by their respective colors found in the legend at the bottom left corner. This roundabout will operate at a level of service A in the AM peak and B in the PM peak for the 2050 design year, improving operations from an E in the AM peak and an F in the PM peak, if no improvements were implemented. A roundabout is a circular intersection that moves traffic counterclockwise around a central island. Roundabouts feature traffic calming qualities that encourage drivers to reduce their speed through the intersection. Roundabouts also reduce the need for direct left turns, which are a major reason for intersection crashes, thereby increasing the overall safety aspect of the intersection. Typical roundabout movements are shown in the graphic to the left. Additionally, roundabouts reduce the number of conflict points between vehicle movements and pedestrian movements. Traditional intersections have 32 vehicular and 24 pedestrian conflict points, whereas a roundabout only has 8 vehicular and 8 pedestrian conflict points, as shown in the graphic to the right. As mentioned previously in the presentation, there's also bridge replacement and repair work included in this project. The first bridge is the Green Bank Road over an unnamed tributary to Red Clay Creek. This bridge is located north of the Old Capitol Trail and Newport Road intersection. This is a combination reinforced concrete pipe and masonry culvert that has a 5-foot wide opening. The original structure was built in the early 1900s. This bridge was included on DelDOT's bridge replacement schedule and will be replaced with a new structure as part of the Old Capitol Trail project. The Green Bank Road and Newport Road intersection will need to be closed to replace this bridge. Detour routes will be set up while the intersection is closed for replacement of the bridge. The second bridge is Newport Road over Red Clay Creek. This bridge is also located north of the Old Capitol Trail and Newport Road intersection. This is a continuous concrete bridge that was built in the 1950s. This bridge was included on DelDOT's bridge remediation schedule. Repairs include deck and substructure concrete repairs along with a new thin epoxy overlay. A road closure may be used to perform the repairs. Detour routes will be set up if Newport Road is closed for this bridge repair work. The last bridge is Old Capitol Trail over Red Clay Creek. This bridge is located between the Old Capitol Trail and Stanton Road intersection and the Old Capitol Trail and Newport Road intersection. This is a steel girder bridge and is eligible for the National Register of Historic Places. There are no repairs proposed on the bridge itself. However, the project will include scour remediation measures along the banks of the bridge to help stabilize the banks during severe storm events. Road closures are not anticipated for this work. Work for this project is already underway. A traffic study was completed in 2019, field surveys were completed in early 2021, and concepts were completed in the fall of 2021. A live public workshop is scheduled for April 19th of 2022 from 4 to 7 p.m. at Del Castle Technical High School. Preliminary engineering has started and will continue until the spring of 2024. Right-of-way acquisitions are anticipated to begin in the spring of 2023. Construction is scheduled to begin in the fall of 2024 and is expected to last 2 construction seasons. Thank you for your interest in this important project. We hope to continue improving Delaware's transportation network with projects like this, and we would love to hear your feedback. Please feel free to submit comments or questions regarding this project to the following email address: dotpublic@delaware.gov. Public input will be accepted until May 19th, 2022. Thank you for your time and have a great day!